This is Michael Wilson. We're looking at the question, what does it mean that Jesus is King? Let's do it. Jesus, as the Son of God, has the most special relationship with his Father. His Son, the Father says to Jesus, "You are King. You are in control of my government for good. No one will ever take your place." Now, Satan, a fallen angel, thought he could be in control. God has put an end to that nonsense. Jesus' victory has made that clear. God just loves it when things are put right, and he hates it when things are out of whack. And so God is very happy. Jesus started it all. He laid the earth's very foundations, and he will finish it all. So, how special is Jesus? God has never said to anyone, any created being, sit here next to me. He has given Jesus the place of honor. He is in charge. He is king. He is king of God's country. He is king of God's government. He reigns supreme. So that is a new plan. God has replaced the crown of thorns with one of gold. So this is something we can count on. Jesus is the Son. Everything has been put under his control in God's country. We are citizens and children in his country. All is well. So what does it mean that Jesus is king? Well, Jesus is king because he is the Son of God, the Messiah, and the Savior of the world. He has the right to rule over everything that he created and redeemed by his death and resurrection. He's not just a human being, but a divine king who has all the authority in heaven and on earth. Jesus is king because he fulfilled the prophecies of the Old Testament that spoke of his coming king from the line of David who would establish God's kingdom on earth. The Jewish people expected this king to be a political or military leader who would overthrow their enemies and restore their nation. However, Jesus came as a humble servant who taught about the spiritual kingdom that transcends earthly boundaries and cultures. He came to bring peace between God and humanity, not by force, but by grace. And he came to serve, not be served, and to give his life as a ransom for many. Jesus is king because he rose from the dead and ascended to heaven, where he sits at the right hand of God the Father. He is now ruling over his church, his people, and his creation. And he's also preparing a place for us in his Father's house, where we will live with him forever. He is also interceding for us before the Father as our high priest and advocate. So Jesus is king because he will come again to judge the living and the dead and to establish his eternal kingdom on a new heaven and a new earth. He will wipe away every tear from our eyes, and there will be no more death, sorrow, pain, or sin. He will reign with justice and righteousness, and every knee will bow, and every tongue will confess that he is Lord. So what does it mean for us that Jesus is king? It means that we should love him, worship him, obey him, serve him, and follow him. It means that we should trust him, hope in him, depend on him, and submit to him. It means that we should proclaim him and honor him and glorify him and share him with others. It means that we should look forward to his return when we will see him face to face and enjoy his presence forever. And that's some mighty good news, brothers and sisters.